Hello YouTube. I've just finished work, 10-hour shift. I am knackered. I have my son in an hour, so I can't even go to bed yet. I work nights, and then I'm back in at 10 tomorrow, so I need to stay up as late as possible. This is the video log for the 4th episode of Dark Saviour, One Step Closer. Originally, I'm reshooting this because the one I recorded initially was disjointed, it was all over the place, I didn't like it. So I am cutting out some stuff that isn't relevant, and that will go into another video log, because a lot of it was another story for the day. So I'm probably going to record about 3 on the bounce here. This one, the season finale one, and then the one that will come after that. One Step Closer. The title, the idea for the title came from the Linkin Park song. Obviously, Dezaras isn't one step closer to the edge. It means he's one step closer to finding answers. He's one step closer to Brainiac. One step closer to the truth, in a manner of speaking. So, that's where I went with the title for that. I think it went well. It was a good episode. There was problems with it, but I managed to somehow overcome those. We'll talk about the problems, shall we, and how we dealt with them. The first one was Betty's voice. If you watch the credits at the end, you'll realise that I was Betty's voice, as well as Dad's voice, as well as Dezaras' voice. Yeah, I voiced a woman. It isn't the first time I've voiced a woman. There's some major fucking lag. Yeah, you'll have to bear with me with this. I'll delete some stuff after. Basically for Betty, I was going to get Bradley's mum to voice Betty, but she can't do accents. So it would have been like an English sister with an American dad and an American brother. And presumably American mum as well. So I ended up voicing her. I used my RC voice from Transformers the Soap, and because I recycle voices, I've recycled another voice for the season finale. It works because it's a different place, it's a different universe, it doesn't really matter. There's only so many voices I can do. Agent Thomas is basically just a calmer version of Jazz. But yeah, I just used my RC voice for Betty and then just up the pitch a little bit. And I think that came out pretty well. Other people are saying that it came out okay. And that's, yeah. That is, I think the Betty voice thing was the biggest obstacle I had, and I think I managed to overcome it. Second one, fucking sub-avatar. There's a lot of problems. In the pilot, I did an open world story, which was okay because I knew where I was going, point A to B to C, start off with outside GCPD East End, and then move on to the Exify targets, then move on to the seafront, waterfront, where the comrades are right outside Dad's house. And it was quite simple, I knew where I was going, but with this, I knew I wanted to face a sub-avatar. Thing is, I went into this with my CR98 Dezaras, not the Dezaras duplicate that played the pilot. And yeah, I was CR98, and so I'm rinsing through the bad guys and stuff, but the sub-avatar comes along, and it took me 3 attempts. And even the one that was successful, I think that was the first attempt. I went back and tried it twice because I felt the sub-avatar fight was too quick. There was other people there. Flowgirl was there, Zoe, Bradley's mum, she was there, but would disguise her character, so she looked like someone else. There's a lot of that going around at the minute. I'm disguising characters. I found other ways, instead of recreating characters like I've got a dad character, my mate Will's got a dad character, I've got 2 Betty characters on 2 different accounts. but there's also, we can disguise them. Like, something I'll get more into in future episodes, especially the season finale video. Like, I'll elaborate more on that further. But yes, we disguised Zoe's character. Someone else was there. I didn't get the name because my UI was switched off, but you know, thanks. And it was, we got through it, but I wasn't happy because it went too quick. So I went back and I tried it again with just me and Zoe, and it didn't work with both wiped. And I tried it on my own, and I wiped. I was holding back because I have, in my utility belt, I have the supply drop, the orbital strike, and the sidekick. I also have weapon mastery. Dezaras hasn't got weapon mastery in terms of the story. He hasn't learnt that yet. I use dual wield into bow, and I couldn't use it. I was deliberately holding off using weapon mastery. I could have probably done it if I'd used weapon mastery and the sidekick as well. I didn't want to use a sidekick because I've kind of got a character based on the sidekick who will show up in later seasons. So I didn't want to do that either. So I was without weapon mastery, I was without the sidekick, and I was without the UI. So it got to a point where I couldn't tell when I was about to drop until that red fucking ba-dum thing comes up. It was challenging. But, you know, so I ended up going back and using the original sub-avatar fight. And I integrated some scenes with Dad, basically, doing the whole overprotective father thing that he does, and he will do it again. And it kind of drew it out a bit longer. I'm happy with the end result. And I like playing off the comments of some of the Union builders, because it just gets me how they say the Justice League will get you. I hope the heroes kick your ass. Yet they're doing the villainous shit. Whether they're mind controlled or not, they are doing the villain shit, and they want the heroes to kick the hero's ass who's stopping the people doing the villainous shit. That always got me. I always found that weird. So yeah, that was a bit fun. The other problem was the pixelation in the area. There's so much fucking shimmering and glimmering and Brainiacs bottles and shit like that going around that it made for a lot of pixelation. Now, I left it as is in the episode. Future episode, not the season finale. I've changed my settings, but it kind of came after I'd done the season finale. I've got new settings, I've got new software to try out, so hopefully I can combat that. Taking good steps to doing that. But yeah, that wasn't something I could really deal with at the time. So that stays in. But Brainiac digitizes everything, so I kind of don't mind. I can give it a pass because, you know, it looked more digital than usual. So it could just be an after effect. It could be like this area-wide digital aura because of Brainiac's presence and stuff. We'll go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that. Other than that, I mean, it was a three-man show. You had like Betty, Dad, and Dezaras in the same spot at different times. So you had like, that was one of the other problems, me forgetting to hit record. We got through the first bit. Zoe was playing Betty. Wilf was playing his dad character. I was playing Dezaras. We were all in the same shot, and you know, it was quite funny trying to get everything lined up, and then Dad gets attacked by a corrupt cop. Yeah, good times. Second time at the house, at the end of the episode, I'd actually forgot to hit record. So we went through it. We basically did a dress rehearsal. Went through it all shot for shot, and I forgot to press record. So I ended up re-downloading the game onto my PC, onto my laptop, and using that. I try not to play DC on the laptop because you know, it kills it. But I can get away with like stuff when there's no action and stuff like that. When it's just, you know, the character scene, I can pretty much get away with that. It goes okay. yeah, so that's basically One Step Closer. I think it went okay. It went a lot better than I thought it would. I'm more confident about using Betty in the future, even if I do have to voice her myself. I'm more confident about using her because I will be using. She's in the season finale. I will be using her again. I'll be voicing her again. I think that pretty much says everything there is to say about One Step Closer. Quite a few outtakes, because, you know, when Dad's in the watchtower on the terminal and then a robot comes up wanting to use that terminal even though the terminal's all around. Same with that Green Lantern bastard, because he was in the monitor room. And so, yeah, that kind of led to some funny scenarios. There will be an outtake reel, because there is other things that happen during the course of this season that might be deemed amusing. The last thing I have to go over in this one is I submitted the pilot to the SOE Player Direct and it was accepted. So if you go on the SOE Player Direct playlist on the DC Universe Online official YouTube channel, you will find Dark Saviour on there. Last I checked it was video 6. Just the pilot, the rest of them aren't on there. I didn't submit all the videos, I just submitted the pilot because, you know, I was even apprehensive about doing that. I thought it'd be rejected and it was accepted, and yay, and it's caused a lot of positive feedback. In fact, the pilot, with me for a second, and I'm guessing it is because of its presence on the Player Direct playlist, because none of my other episodes have achieved this. Come on. There we go. Get into my video manager. It's not as easy as it used to be. You could just go to more videos, and now you got to go to create a dashboard and all that bollocks. Pilot has 1,007 views. So that is amazing. That to me is fan-fucking-tastic, and I want to say thank you to everybody who watched it, everybody who's left feedback, hell, everybody who's contributed to this, whether it was suggesting software for me to use and giving me tips on how to improve the overall experience, and whether you just flew past me in an episode or whatnot, or if you stopped to shoot me and while I was trying to film and stuff like that. Yeah, thanks. It's and the devs and all that at SOE for approving the pilot and putting it in their playlist and getting so many views. Cleaning Up the Streets has 51 views, Metropolis has 46, and One Step Closer has 33. I think it is definitely the presence on the playlist. Even if you intended to skip it but didn't quite hit skipping time and that counts as a view, yeah, thanks. Even if you watched it and thought, no, this ain't for me, this is shit, still thank you, because it's given me a platform to do this stuff on, and I am grateful for that. Yeah, it's been great, and it makes me excited to do more. I can't see the other ones getting anywhere near that, but, you know, I don't do this for subscribers, I don't do this to get high views, I do this and I do my Transformer stuff, and I do other stuff for the viewers, the people that do watch it, the people that want to watch it, the Transformer stuff and the Doctor Who stuff that the people I know want to see it so they can see it, and the people with the Dark Saviour stuff, so the people that want to see that, then I'll do it for them. The people that will appreciate it. And that might only be half a dozen people, but it's people, and they have feelings too. I think I've gone on enough for this one. I'm going to clear some extraneous bollocks off my hard drive and see if this will go a bit more smoothly for the season finale video log, which I'll get straight into next. That won't be uploaded yet. That won't be uploaded for a while. So that just leaves me to say, happy holidays. Have a good New Year and a good Christmas, or if you don't do Christmas but you do something else, then yes, enjoy the season. I've been Dezaras Prime. You shall see me next time.